Alright guys, yesterday I left you guys off saying I needed to wait on parts to get here today. Fortunately, the wheel bearings and the electronic water pump both showed up today on time. So that got my hopes up, thinking that I can get this thing done in time for the camping trip, but then unfortunately an unseen circumstance has happened and our camping trip has been canceled for the weekend. So that doesn't mean that we're going to give up on this race. I'm still going to try to get this thing done before he gets his done. So I'm still going to beat this thing together. And y'all stay tuned. I'm sorry we can't go do the camping trip, but I still plan on maybe taking these out this weekend and seeing if they hold up as well. So we'll see. But are you good though?
Yeah, it didn't hurt.
Sure? You're a little scratched up. Alright, first thing I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to beat these old wheel bearings out of the hubs now that I got the new wheel bearings here. And honestly, if they don't fit, it don't matter at this point. But I got the new wheel bearings here, so I'm going to beat these old ones out. So these have a little clip in the front side of them here, right behind that seal that goes in the front. You'll take you a pick, and you'll pop that clip out. Alright, and then you'll find something that you can set these up on upside down like that. I'm using an old brake drum because it fits in there. So if it fits, use it. And then you're going to take a socket and a big extension, or a socket and extension or whatever. And this is if you don't have a press, guys. If you have a press, things go a lot easier in this. But I have a press, I just don't have it here. So it ain't going to do me no good. I'm going to find a socket that fits the inside race of this bearing after I take that back seal out. That was a missed thing. You gotta take both seals out, front and back. And these will tear up, so get you a seal bearing set that comes with the seals, because these will tear up taking them out. Sometimes you can get them out without tearing them up, but I'm not that patient. Now you see why I clean these off before I start doing this. Alright, so that seal's out. Yeah, that bearing's shot. But anyway, now that the seal's out, you're going to find a socket that fits that inside race. Just like that. Oscar, hand me that big hammer. You're going to take your big friend here and you're going to beat it out. And the bearing is now out. Then you're going to clean the inside of these up real good. And then you're going to stick your new bearings in the freezer so they can get super cold. Because when metal gets cold, it shrinks. And then you're going to heat these up once you clean them out. And you should be able to just barely beat the new bearings in. And that's how you change your bearings on your four-wheeler.
Can I do that one?
Yep. He's going to do the next one. Make sure you take both seals out. Take the clip out and beat it out.
Still on your chair.
Steal it. Now guys, the reason why you want to use the inside race to beat these bearings out is because this lip right here inside of this, you can't really get on the outside race to beat it out. So you have to use the inside bearing race to beat these wheel bearings out. Now on the other side, you can use the old wheel bearing to beat the new wheel bearing in without messing up the race.
Okay, where the frick is this clip?
It's the little, looks like a stop sign in there. See it? Bing, 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 bing. Right there should be the edge. So if you get pitched in behind there,
I'm just dropping balls everywhere.
that's fine. It happens.
Yeah, it can't get
Out. And do the fun part. We don't want to lose our clips because the new bearings did not come with clips for some reason.
This side. Is that right side? What?
Yep. Don't hit your hand. You gotta hold it so don't go flying across the room. You gotta hit it, son. You gotta hit it like you're mad at it.
Like I'm mad at
Love
it?
taps don't work. No, you gotta hold on to it so don't go flying across the room.
I can't hold it and hit it.
Yes, you can. Even if you gotta get off that chair and get on your knees. I've been working on the railroad.
Wish I had something to hold it there.
There you go. Oscar,
What?
hold that hammer like a man, not up
I
by the
can't
knee.
hold it from down here, otherwise I can't swing without accidentally going. That's all. I wish I could just hold it right there like that, and then.
God, you're trying to kill us all.
What?
He's trying to kill us all, guys. You think you're all behind the camera. You're protected by the camera. Good?
It won't even move.
It won't move, he said. Let me do it.
It won't move.
Let me see it. Nope.
Golly.
Trying to kill us all. Alright, guys.
Seems like you struggled a little bit.
Just a little. Win some, you lose some. Alright, we'll get these cleaned up. We're going to let them bearings freeze for a little bit. We'll be right back. Alright, I've got 2 bearings fresh out of the freezer. So we're going to try to get these things hammered in here. I'm going to do one. I'm going to let Oscar try the other. And I'll probably be doing the other. So these things are freezing cold from in the freezer. And as you can tell, they almost slide in because they're so cold. So basically you just use your old bearing as a press and then do the same thing. Just like so. And that new bearing is now in there. We just got to put the clip and the seals on. There you go, Oscar. You just saw me do it. Do exactly what I just did.
Which side goes in?
Doesn't matter. They're universal. Both sides are the same. There isn't no one way. That bearing's so cold it's now making my hub cold.
Really? Gosh. Okay, okay.
Clip in. Got the clip in. Now he's gonna hammer that bearing in as long as he don't get it lodged sideways. He's already lodged it, man. He's got to go straight, Bubby.
Try to go straight. It's hard to go straight when it's
All right, chill out. I'm gonna have to fix this disaster. Done lost half another bearing. Everything else. Hammer. I was gonna let him learn on this one, but I think I'm gonna do it, guys. Now all we got to do is install the 2 seals and put these back on the 4-wheeler. I'm going to go ahead and throw y'all on a time lapse.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need. What you need. We're broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
All right, guys, we're back. So the only thing I have left to do now is put this water pump on this four-wheeler right here. Okay, which I'm going to do with this electronic water pump right here. This one right here. This is the one I'm going to use. The one I was talking about. I might have to use these little hose barbs because the water hose on that is a 7/8 and the water hose on the new pump is a 3/4. And the only thing that Oscar has left to do is the kicker. So here comes the race, guys. So I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna show Oscar how to do this kicker, but he's not allowed to start until I start the water pump. And we're gonna see who wins this race. So basically, Oscar, we switch it. So basically what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to get some sandpaper, okay, and a scraper, and you're gonna have to scrape all this stuff out of this kicker, okay, because where you stripped it out so much, and you're gonna have to cut new grooves in here. Okay. With the screwdriver and a hammer and a chisel, okay, and then you're going to sand this down real good, get all this roughness out, and then on the kicker you're going to take the bolt out of the kicker. That's why you couldn't get it on the other day, because the bolt was in your way. Okay, you got to take the bolt out of the kicker like that before you put the kicker over the shaft. Okay, but see how loose and stripped out that is, everybody? So now what you're going to have to do, since it's so loose and stripped out, is you're going to have to take and wrap this with copper wire as well. Okay, and then hammer this on and then bolt it down.
So what's the point in me doing the grooves if I'm just going to put copper wire around it anyways?
Because you still need somewhere for that copper wire to bond to when you clamp this down. So you need grooves in there for that copper wire to bond to, just like the grooves in here to bond to.
Okay.
So, get at it.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to go do my water pump.
Don't start yet. I got to grab my tool.
I got to set my camera up, so. I'm going to go do my water pump, set my camera up. See you guys in a second. Alright guys, so I've got him set up. I've got me set up. So basically what I'm going to do is, like I told you, I'm using this electronic water pump. And basically the problem that I have with using this is I know this is going to pump enough water. That's not no problem. But these hoses are 7/8 inch and these are 3/4 inch. So I had to go get these little barbs from Lowe's that goes from 7/8 to 3/4. And basically I'll just stick these in the hose and then stick a 3/4 hose from that to the pump. And I think since I want to try to fix the original pump down the road, I'm just going to mount this thing for now right down here out of my way. Just going to hook it up and roll with it. But this is the inlet going in from the front, and this is the outlet, if that helps you guys. I got a little arrow on there feeding, so you'll want the inlet coming from the radiator and the outlet going into the block, and then it'll push it through the block and then back up to the radiator. So without further ado, I'm going to throw you guys in a time lapse, and I'm going to get this mounted up, and then after that, he's probably going to win because I still got to wire this up as well. I had to find a power source that comes on with the key just to wire this up that doesn't shut off over a time limit. So I'll put you all on a time lapse and I'm gonna get this done.
Alright guys, I'm gonna get this done and we'll throw it on a time lapse. No, I don't have
I
no
need
bar.
my bar, bro. You can't
There
steal
you
my
go.
bar.
Dang it, guys, I figured it out. Where'd my screwdriver go? Hello, sir. Found it. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Found a different one, but it's okay. It's whatever. We're gonna be perfectly fine, guys.
Uh-oh, it sounds like Oscar's got his running, guys. I guess I've lost. He's gonna come in and gloat about it, I'm sure. Alright, well, I've got water in this. So now I just need to wire it up, make sure it pumps the water. And then find a place to mount this stuff, and then this thing will be ready to go tomorrow too, so let's do this. So the green wire is the positive wire, and white and black wire is the negative wire. I don't know if I've already said that, guys. Pretty sure I have. He's pretty much just all right. It's 4-wheeler the rest of the day, I'm sure. Water is pumping. It's pumping. It's pumping. Well, guys, took it out, let it sit out here and run, and unfortunately these little plastic clips are not holding up, or plastic pipe reducers are not holding up. I guess they're getting too hot and melting. So I guess I'm gonna have to come up with a new plan on this. So The only other thing I can think is I'm gonna cut this hose and leave it on here, and then put this hose on top of that hose and clamp it down, and see if it'll fit that way for now. And hopefully it don't leak. Like, I'm so tired of this thing leaking, man. Alright, so like I was saying out there, these little blue reducers that we bought from Lowe's, I guess they're not heat resistant. So once this got up to temperature, these started to melt, which caused this to start to leak. So now what I plan on doing, now that y'all have light, is I'm just going to cut this hose and this hose and leave the rubber part on here, and then that should fill in the gap for how big this hose is. At least that's what I hope. If not, I don't know, guys. I'm gonna have to think outside the box on this one, because these are supposed to already be on the truck. So I'm trying to do this in a quick time crunch. Oscar obviously is already definitely one. So now I'm gonna open these up and try to see what I can do. Alright guys, it cooled down. I got these two popped off, but you can pretty much see how deformed these are from where they got hot. They're not round no more. So just for future reference, guys, these do not stand up to heat. So if you guys go to Lowe's and get these blue reducers, they do not stand up to heat at all. They just shrink. Pretty good.
Hello. How you doing?
Look how deformed these are from the heat, bro.
What?
Look how deformed these are from the heat.
Oh. Those melted.
They melted, bro. Like, they don't hold up to the heat at all.
I mean,
So I don't even think they'll hold up to hot water. A hot water heater. Those are horrible. So like I said, my plan is, guys, is I'm just gonna cut these hoses off and leave the rubber part on here, and then slide that hose over top of it and clamp them down as tight as I can get it at this point. Because I don't think I'm gonna find any fittings. We tried Rural King and Lowe's, and I can't find any reducers anymore. They used to make these out of brass, and I can't find them anywhere. They discontinued them or something. And now everything's out of this plastic that melts. So, yay.
Yahoo.
Alright. Can we put water in it again, guys? One more time. Just one more time. Just don't leak this time, okay? Let's put water in it. Let's back it out. Let's take it for a ride this time. We're gonna ride it around. We're gonna get it hot, Oscar. We're gonna be back. We're gonna ride this thing around and see if it gets hot. Alright guys, that seems to do the trick. It's not overheating, it's holding pressure, and the water's nice and warm. So that did the trick now. Alright, so I'm going to get this thing mounted in, and then we're going to get these things on the truck and hit the trails tomorrow. So, yay, we made it. High five, man. Alright, we're actually going to take this thing out. Wheel bearings are strong, brakes are good, running okay. I mean, it's got a little work needs done on it on the running. It idles a little low, stuff like that. But hey, it's running. It's all that matters. We're gonna go hit the trails tomorrow with it. It rode good out there in the field, so I think I can trust it now.
I think you broke the seat again.
I did.
It's a little
Let's get this garage cleaned up. Let's get that truck ready to be loaded, man. Let's get everything going. Let's go. All right, guys, got them all loaded up. Getting ready to head out to the ATV park and trash these things a little bit. So stay tuned. All right, guys, here we are at the ATV park. We're gonna take it for a ride. Make sure everything holds up. You know Xavier, you know Oscar, you know me. I'm gonna put you guys on a GoPro on my helmet, and we're gonna go take a couple trails. We're gonna put them through the test, so if the green one or the purple one breaks down or whatever, the orange one will pull us back to that. And if the same thing, if that one breaks down, the green one will pull us back. If they all break down, then it's nice knowing you. See y'all later. We're gonna go for a ride.
Load your polo up, take a backfire. Whenever you're stuck like that, don't go backwards. You know what'll happen. Wait, don't go.
go ahead. Hold your brake. Don't hold your gas, you'll burn your belt up. Alright, get off it. Up to you on this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hook up to you on that one. Get on. You ready? So I got to in about seconds. Light rock is pretty clear. Are you on? Oh my God! Daddy by himself. Huh? Watch out. What? Think you can make it up that low? Can you make it? Do you think? That was pretty bad. That was tough. That one ain't that bad. That was tough. How you like sandpit? How do you like sandpit? Sandpit is so much fun. Huh? We went that way, didn't we? I think that one needs a tune-up. I just didn't need a break. What? They're gonna break in there by themselves, so y'all might as well go ahead and break them. Covered in mud. There's nothing better than a muddy LA. Being inhaled that like it's a vape or something. In case y'all don't know, the Kentucky swamp water is not beer. I'll call it Kentucky swamp water.
Alright guys, as you can tell, they held up pretty well. I mean, that little purple one right there, it didn't really pull the heels too well. We had to pull them up the hill a couple times with the strap. But other than that, they've done really good. Mine overheated a couple times, but it's not because the little Tic-a-Tac water pump I put in there. It's because they didn't hook the fan back up, and I didn't know it was unhooked to start with, so I had to wire my fan into my headlight switch just to get on through the trails. But ever since I put the fan on it, it hasn't overheated again, so that water pump does just fine, and we've been ripping and riding out here like no other. So other than that, guys, God bless you all, and we will see you on the next one. Adios.
Bye.
Later.